back to STL TV Live. I'm Christia DeShields. Helping to end the silence behind sexual abuse is Moving Forward Ministries. And here to tell us all about it is Dionna, Latimer. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is such an important topic, and
yes,
this month is Sexual Abuse Awareness Month.
Yes, that's correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about your organization?
Sure, sure. First of all, I want to thank you for this opportunity, for having us on the show. And the organization is Moving Forward Ministries, and I'm actually the founder of the organization. And just to kind of give you a little bit of the background, it is a Christian support ministry, and we are here to support adult survivors of sexual abuse. And the reason the ministry even started is because my sister and I are survivors, but we kept our secret hidden for over 30 years.
Wow.
Yes, and this actually happened to us at the age of 3 and 4 by a family member. So once we decided to come out about the abuse.
And what actually prompted you to come out about the abuse? What gave you the courage?
To be honest, it was my faith, you know, and of course you hear things in the news about different things that's been happening, you know, in our country, you know, with sexual abuse. And once you start hearing the stories, then eventually it hits home. And I was at church and my pastor just kept teaching about it. And eventually it just hit me enough where I just knew that it was time for us to speak up.
Wow.
Yes. And so then once I told my sister, she said, you know, let's do it. Did
you and your sister know about each other's abuse, or was it something?
And what's funny about that is that we knew, but we never discussed it with each other. We actually didn't even discuss it until we were 33 and 34.
Wow.
Yes. So at that point, you know, we were like, we're gung-ho, we're going to talk, but we still didn't say anything until about 5 or 6 years later.
Why don't a lot of people say anything about the
Well,
abuse?
a lot of times it's because you are ashamed. And then the biggest reason we didn't, because we didn't want our mother to know, because we didn't want her to feel like it was her fault.
Right.
And, you know, I'm sure she's going to carry a lot of that burden now, but now that we did tell her, we feel much better, but we were trying to protect her and didn't want her to feel like she did something wrong. You know?
Now, a lot of sexual abuse, does it usually happen with family members or close family members?
Yes.
What are some of those statistics?
Yes, 90% of the time it is someone that they know. Strangers, you know, can do childhood sexual abuse as well, but usually it's someone they know. Close friend of the family, a family member. It could be parents, cousins, you know, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. And the stats are 1 out of 3 girls and 1 out of 4 boys will be abused before they turn the age of 18. Wow. Yes.
Now, you came out about the abuse, you had the courage. The next step, you started the ministry.
Yes, yes.
What does the ministry do? We
are a support ministry, and we are here for anyone that wants to talk about their abuse, because a lot of times they don't know who to turn to. Well, we're here, we understand, we've been there. So we're here for anyone that's at the point where, you know, they're not sure if they want to have counseling, which is very important, or what to do. Well, they can come to us and we will definitely steer them in the right direction. We'll, you know, be encouragement for them and support them.
Why do you think it's so important to talk about the abuse, to speak about it?
Well, now, for one, they need to free themselves. And then also, we have a generation coming behind us that we need to be a voice for. You know, we don't want this to continue with our children, so what better way than to say, hey, you know, this happened to me, but it's going to stop here.
Right. And so through starting the ministry, what have you found? What are some of the things that you're finding?
Well, in my direct circle, there was more people that this happened to than not. Wow. So I'm finding that it's really, even the stats are not correct because a lot of times people don't tell. And so now I'm finding that once they're telling, it's like they're a new person because they're free now. You know, they don't have that secret anymore. And it's like, wow, I should have done this a long time ago. But then it's allowing them to speak to others. So now the awareness is being spread, and it's just really turned into an awesome thing.
And because a lot of times this happens within the family, you know, talking about it either help or hurt that family relationship.
Right. In a lot of instances with the family, it does hurt. You know, it hurts the family. Because the family, you know, a lot of times they don't want to deal with it, or they just want to push it on the rug, but at some point it has to stop. Yes.
Well, we got a lot more to talk to you about. Don't you go anywhere.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with Dionna Latimer from Moving Forward Ministries after this quick break.